extensor reflex action, hey Dusty, cross extensor reflex action is built into all of our cutters. Somewhere, there's going to be something on it. And in the peanuts, a lot of people do this move with the peanuts. And you come in, and we're kicking across that opposite leg. So we're taking advantage of the cross extensor in many different cot applications. If I go here, I've got Kusan Ku. He grabs, I set, and I kick that opposite leg. So it's built into quite a few cot applications. But another one that we get into is called reciprocal inhibition. Reciprocal inhibition. If I'm doing something with this hand, now if I'm not doing a lot with it, if he can tap me in the shoulder, he can slap me in the jaw. Okay? Okay? So if he goes to tap me in the shoulder, that hand actually goes the other way.
That's the reciprocal, and then the inhibition is for him to not be able to attack.
Where's George? I'm going to apologise about his fault.
If I inhibit this arm sufficiently, watch what happens to that arm. You see it go away? It's natural. You can't beat nature. It's just going to work. Okay? So, usually the only time you really worry about doing the technique and that guy being able to hit you is if you do the technique incorrectly. Right? If you do it incorrectly, that's where you're going to have problems. Okay? So, when we get on an attack, often a person who's not trained, or maybe a person who's trained in boxing says, well, yeah, if you stop this arm, I'm coming in with the other one. It's not bad logic. But we have built-in techniques to keep that from happening. Okay? For one, again, when I tap the triple warmer B, again, I weaken the arm. Okay? If I want to weaken this arm, I got to do a really good job on that. If I want to weaken that one, I got to do a really good job on this one. Okay? If I come in and grab this, he can punch me. So in this last technique, and I was here. Yeah, so the techniques are self-serving. They're self-serving. I want to show you a technique that Professor Wally Day does. I really love the way he does this. Wally used to box. A lot of people don't know that. But he would stand here like this, and the guy would box him. He would come across and get that arm or the policeman's grip or the camera. But if I come in to do this and he tightens up, he's not going to get much. Even if I go over the top and get on the heart too. The movement is this. As soon as I tap, that arm is on. That's all I need to see. Okay? So from here, when you come into it, it's there. When you have movements that do this, or when you have movements that do this or this, you're often grappling and locking the arm. How you get into it is another matter. This is how Wally does it in our kata, not hanchi, or teki. He comes in, I hit here, and I hit here. Now, you can do this with a slap so you don't just bang the heck out of each other's arms in practice because this is going to be a long day. I worked with a guy at Dan Inasano seminar one time. He starts right off in the morning doing this pop salad. He's just slapping the crap out of my arm and doing this. And I said, hey, it's going to be a long day. So, when you come in, I want you to slap here. And this is this movement, or really this. We're meant to hammer the triple warmer B. And again, as long as you hit this, you can expect the arm to be pliable. As long as you hit it. We have movements like last summer we broke down to go to Shiho. And when we did go to Shiho, we have a movement that circles and goes here. When he comes in, I can expect this arm to turn. Okay? And give me the control I need. From here, there's little I can't do to the guy you to do to start with is how Wally does it. I want you from here. Nobody has to tell you to get out of the way of the punch. That's a good idea. But as you do it, hands up. Boom. Pull. And then here what we're doing, and I saw Wally do this for years, and I thought, how does that work so well? Because I would be coming around, I'd be going like this, and I thought, okay, it kind of works, but we're rushing energy. We're rushing energy up the arm. Lung 1 and 2 emerge here in the body and down the arm. This is the direction of energy flow out this way, okay? Comes out here, goes down the arm. What you have to know is that when Wally did this, he rushed the energy back into 1 and 2 and then cut into 1 and 2. If you ever watch Wally do this, look at some of the old videos. He come in and just, this is a spiraling, a brush and a spiral. Joe Lansdale, really great martial artist down in Nacogdoches, Texas, quit using the hammer lock completely because he had this guy, Coy, I think of his last name right now, but Coy is a huge guy, he's got big shoulders, and he said, well, we figured if it don't work on Coy, we're not interested in it. So I said, Coy, come here. He came in, I came in here, and he says, boom. I stood him up, something like that. And he goes, ah. He looks at the professor, he says, hey, that ain't what we're doing. Well, and it's principles of movement. Right out of a small circle, there's the rotation. There's a little, the small circle comes in many manifestations, but this is a rotation coming up. So what I want you to do, a couple things we're doing here. One, we're loosening the whole arm by slapping the triple warmer V. Right here where the energy does a zigzag, it's an easy place to break energy and affect and enter that. So slap, pull. You don't want to have him stand still while you dance around him. That's not how to do it either. So you got to watch that. He's on balance, I'm not. So if I come in here, I bring him in and brush this up. See that? Brush and then cut the edge of your hand in. You got to kind of bring the fingers back, otherwise you come up and you're going to get into maybe material on certain kinds of jackets or shirts or whatever. So you're going to come up and cut in. In the event that the guy's not sensitive to that, you just don't stop. You come up. Another popular way I love to do it is I just reach around and grab the sternocleidomastoid muscle. That feels really good, doesn't it?
Lovely.
I just wanted to hear him say lovely. So from here, when you're coming in, and if you don't really know the points, just reach over and grab the shoulder, you'll get it. A guy wants to bend over and get out of this as I'm doing this. And he can do it. Of course, if he does, there's something waiting. Because we never rest with what we did. We always have another thing to go to. That's why we work transitional flow. Because you have to have something to shift to if the guy tries to wiggle out of something. What's the possibility that the guy might bite you? It is a bite. So, slap. So get this principle. Slap. Here, get the finger hooked around, get him on part 2. Pull him in, brush, and spiral up into lung 1 and 2. Okay? If you're a lot taller than your partner you're doing this on, bend down, get him a little slack. Because if you're standing up, I picked a guy tall, Alan's pretty tall, so I can do it correctly and I don't have to scrunch down to do it. But if you're taller than the guy, you're going to really jack your arm. Just stand up while you do it, so take that into account. Okay? Let's give it a shot.